bright yellow sweater today. And there's a reason, and you will know why momentarily, okay? Hello. Hello. So now we have more than one person on the East Coast. Wonderful. All right, well, if you know me and you've been practicing with me, you will know that I really don't kind of bring what's happening in the outside world into the yoga space. I like the yoga space to be a sacred place, right? To just settle into you, to settle into yourself. Yay, and now we have Minnesota represented too. Awesome. That being said, I'm actually from Minnesota and my people are in Minneapolis, and it's really hard to ignore what's happening there. So, not bringing anything really political into the map, but what I want to say is the environment around us causes stress, right? And there's this area, a subtle body area within us. It's an energetic center called the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is considered your city center, and it directly correlates with the brain and the head space. So just real quick, Yoga 101, right? In the Yoga Sutras, according to Patanjali, Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the stilling of the fluctuations of the mind so that we can abide in our own true self, in our own true being. Okay, so that being said, when the environment around us feels out of control or slightly chaotic, it causes low-level stress and it lowers our serotonin levels. It affects our digestion, and it just really affects our peace and our ability to settle into and abide in our own true self, okay? So we are going to do a practice that really focuses in on the solar plexus today, all right? And I just want to say I love you, Minnesota. Okay, so you'll want a blanket rolled up or a block handy within reach. You may or may not use those. You'll see. It'll just depend on your body, all right? And I'm going to ask you to come down onto your backs. Come onto your backs. Bend your knees. Walk your feet wide apart, but tent your knees in towards one another. So feet wide, knees together. And turn your palms open by your sides. And immediately, with your palms open by your sides, you'll start to open up through that solar plexus space. Okay, that's that triangular space between your rib cage. And again, it's a subtle body center. So it's not really tangible or graspable, but it exists. And as you lie here, start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So that's Ujjayi pranayama. Breathing in and out solely through the nose. And we want that breath to be really nice and even, smooth, centered, satisfying. So just take a few moments to connect with that beautiful breath, that vayu, that wind, that life force within. And then drawing your attention to that solar plexus space, again, kind of that triangular space between the rib cage that sets like right up by the diaphragm. Notice how on the inhale breath, that space expands. And on the exhale breath, it kind of closes back in. Now the color associated with the solar plexus is yellow, hence my yellow today, bright yellow. So I want you to imagine, visualize almost like a bright luminescent yellow, almost like the sun. And visualize it right in that solar plexus space. And on those inhale breaths, when you expand, can you imagine that warm, luminescent light filtering into other parts of the body, like expanding? And on your exhale breath, imagine that solar energy, that yellow bright light, kind of like settling in, almost like the sun coming down and dropping into that space. So again, on your inhales, you're visualizing this expansion, this luminescent light expanding into yourself. And then you could imagine a beautiful sunset as you exhale and allowing that luminescent light to drop in. And I just want you to continue with that meditation, that visualization for a few more rounds of breath. And while you do so, I'm going to read something to you. The third chakra, the solar plexus, is deeply impacted by our environment and situations where one feels unable to assert themselves or control their destiny. When we feel threats to our personal freedoms, economic instability, it creates a collective, chronic, and low-level trauma that blocks this chakra. So again, this causes nervousness, anxiety, fear, digestive problems, lack of motivation, and lowers our serotonin levels, which is considered our happy hormone. So today's practice, just really focusing into that solar plexus space and creating balance. Good. So I want you to take another deep inhale, just expand, let that light filter. But now as you exhale, go ahead and toe heel the feet closer together and bring your knees into your chest nice and tight, kind of like you're warmly hugging that sun into yourself. Take a couple breaths there, but then go ahead and place your right hand in front of your right knee, so kind of on your thigh, but close to your knee, and then your left hand on your left. Now, can you imagine that your legs weigh literally like 300 pounds? And on an inhale, try to straighten your arms, but your legs are so heavy. So if your legs are so heavy, you're going to feel that solar plexus space start to fire up as you straighten your arms, knees end up over your hips. Okay, and just as heavy as you pull the knees back in and squeeze out your breath. So again, inhale, press those legs away. Those legs are resistant. That core digestive area starts to ignite. And then exhale, resist back in. Again, inhale, press those legs away. They're so heavy, you have to work hard. And exhale, pull back in. Great, do that 2 more times on your own with a great deal of resistance. Remember, the more you give, the more you get. Okay, this time, when you press away, stay. And then take your lower legs to a tabletop shape. Flex your feet, kick through your heels. Now really firing up, press your hands into your legs into your hands. And that whole solar plexus space starts to ignite. It's good core stabilization. A lot of core today. Lift the pelvic floor, firm the belly, continue to press and breathe deeply. Good. Take another breath. And gather those knees back in towards your chest. Now set the left foot, the sole of the left foot down. Interlace your hands behind your right leg and extend your right foot up. And then just point your toes, like really point your toes. Stretch through the roof of the foot. And then flex your foot. Kick through the heel of the foot. And then spread your toes. So ball of the foot presses up. Slide your hands up your leg. And give your hamstrings a nice little stretch. Bring the leg towards you. Maybe lift forehead to knee, chin to chest if that suits you. It's always good to strengthen those neck muscles. Take another breath. Very gently lower your head down. Flex the foot again and take the right ankle to the left knee. So you have that figure 4 shape. Take your hands, slide them down your thighs, close to your hips, and then press your legs away. And if you feel like your arms are a little short for this, you could take blocks in your hands. I have a short torso, long arms, so I get a lot of traction and space out of this, but we're all different. Take another breath, press, push, and relax. And then reach the right hand between the legs, left hand to the outside, and come into that familiar thread the needle stress. So another place we hold a lot of tension, physical, emotional, those hips. That was our big focus last week. Can you take just a nice sigh of an exhale and let some of that tension go? Get heavy in the pelvis, the shoulders, the lower part of the back of the head. And just take some nice deep breaths here. And it never hurts to go back to that luminescent light right there between those ribs. Our mind tends to wander, and it's nice to have a home base to come back to. Think of the sun. Take another breath. We're going to set the left foot down. Bring your arms to the sides, but this time turn your palms down. Firm your belly down and just do really gentle rocking of your legs side to side. Really gentle. So the legs are a little heavy here. It could be a little pull on the low back. So go slow with control. Kind of just igniting those digestive fires again. But also loosening up the low back. Good. And then steady yourself. Walk your left foot a couple inches to the right and pick your bottom up and move it a couple inches to the right. So now when you lower the legs to the left, the spine stays aligned. The sole of the right foot lands on the mat or the ground. Good. And then I'm going to take my left hand and reach for my right ankle. If you can't reach, it's okay. Then I'm going to turn my right palm up and work my right shoulder down. Now, as I kind of pull at my leg with my left hand, I'm working my lifted knee and hip, my right knee and hip away from me. And then I'm working my right shoulder towards the floor. My right rib cage towards the floor as well. And then you also might turn your right ear towards the floor. And take some nice deep breaths here. Perhaps go back to that beautiful luminescent light within. Expanding and hugging in. And a couple more breaths. Work the right shoulder down. Work the right hip away from you. Okay, take another inhale. Now, We're going to stack the right leg on top of the bottom leg, and this is where you might want to place a blanket between your legs. I'll demo that. It's not for everybody. So I'm going to take my right leg on top of my left leg, and then I'm going to bring my knees to hip level and my heels underneath my knees, so my legs are at 90 degrees. We're going to work a deeper twist here. Press your left arm down to work your right shoulder down. Turn your right palm up, turn your right ear towards the floor, and work the right hip away from you as you anchor the right shoulder down. So a nice therapeutic spinal twist here, but again, really getting into that solar plexus balancing space. Take some nice deep breaths. So you could use the prop between your legs or not. That's entirely up to you. It kind of eases the low back if you're a little tense there. And take some nice deep breaths. Keep working the right hip away from the ribs, the right shoulder down. And again, I really press my left arm down to do that. Good. Take another breath. Now, just turn your gaze up towards the ceiling and interlace your hands behind your head. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift your chest and shoulders up and pause. So little crunches. And then inhale, hover. And then exhale, lift up, pause. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift and pause. Inhale, hover. 2 more, lift and pause. Inhale, hover, yes, lots of core. Lift, pause, and pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and slowly lower. Pick up your right leg. If you're using your blanket, you could just take it over to the right side and pick up your left leg. Then plant your feet and lift your hips. Do a little realigning bridge shape. Take another breath, lift the hips a little more, and then slowly lower your spine down, 1 vertebra at a time. Nice. And then we're going to extend the left leg up. Grab the back of the leg, and then really point your toes. So you're stretching into the roof of the foot, the top of the ankle, into the shin a little bit more. And by the way, not unusual to cramp in this tight pointing shape. And then press through the heels, so getting into the fascia, the Achilles, the calves a little bit more. And then really spread your toes, slide your hands up the leg, bring the leg towards you. And maybe forehead to knee, chin to chest, extra little stretch, strengthening our necks, a little throat lock engagement too. And take another breath. Very gently rest the head down. Take left ankle to knee with the foot flexed, kick through the heel. Slide your hands down your thighs and then close to your hips, just push your legs away. And again, you could use 2 blocks as arm extenders here. Really press those legs away. You might feel some nice traction in the low back, side waist, but also opening up that solar plexus space. Take another breath. And relax that. Good. Bring your arms to the sides, but this time palms down. We want a little support from the ground, firm the belly down, and just do this really gentle rocking of the legs side to side. And you just go where you go, but maintain control. Okay, steady the legs, toe heel the right foot to the left. Pick your bottom up, move it a little to the left, turn your palms up, and drop your legs to the right. Now I'm going to grab a hold of my left ankle or shin with my right hand. Left palm is up, left shoulder working towards the floor. I'm going to really work my left hip and knee away from me. And I'm actually even pressing my right elbow down to get my left shoulder down even more. Turn the left ear down and take some nice deep breaths here. So real good solar plexus. Creating space, a little digestive twist. Take some nice deep breaths. Opening up. Good. Take another breath. And turn the gaze up. Now this is where you might put that prop between your legs. You might not. You're going to stack your top leg on your bottom leg. You're going to bring the knees up to hip height and kick the heels under the knees. And then start to press your right arm down to really work your left shoulder down and your left ear down. And then work the left hip away from the left shoulder and breathe. And sometimes when I do this shape, my back is like an orchestra. It's like pop, 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 pop. Another nice release. In fact, it's doing it now. Nice deep breath, everybody. Okay, nice. Turn the gaze up and interlace those hands behind your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, chest and shoulders up. Inhale to hover. Exhale up. Inhale to hover. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale. Exhale, we pause it up. Inhale. Lift up and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest your head back down. Lift your left leg up. Move your blanket if you're using it or block. And lift your right leg up. Press your feet down and lift your hips up. So take a bridge pose. But now, walk your elbows in right next to your ribs. Bend your elbows and turn your fingertips up towards the ceiling so palms open. It's kind of like robot arms. Imagine you're holding that bright luminescent sun right there above the solar plexus with your hands. Press your inner feet down to lift your hips higher. Reach your tailbone away from your back ribs. But now really press your upper arms down to open that solar plexus. And take some nice deep breaths, a little exposed. Breathe. Tailbone away from back ribs. Upper arms rooting down to open that front body space. Take another big breath. Lower the palms, and as you exhale, slowly lower the spine. When you land, extend both legs up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Keep a fist distance between chin and chest and lift your head up. And then take an inhale, lower the left leg to hover and twist towards the lifted right leg. And exhale, take a nice slow switch and twist. And continue to switch and twist. Okay, lift both legs up, lift chest and shoulders up, and rest your heads. Bring your knees in. It's entirely up to you. Rock yourself up or roll off to the side and come into a seated shape. Now, if you want to elevate your seat on your blanket or support your knees in any way, absolutely do. Good. We're going to take a nice deep inhale breath and lift those arms up. And on the exhale, bring the elbows down. And today, also bring the elbows back a bit. Okay, root your sitting bones into whatever they're touching. Pull your belly in. Inhale, lift the sternum, the crown of the head. We'll do a double exhale. So we're going to exhale, rotate to the right, pause. Firm belly to back body, and from that low core, twist more, hold and breathe. So we have this tendency to just want to spring back to center. We're holding, we're squeezing that center space, but still really long in the spine. Now lower the right hand behind you, the left hand to the right knee. Adding external leverage, but first lift, lengthen more, and then press and explore. So a lot of the solar plexus work has to do with opening the space, a lot of twisting, and obviously a lot of core. Good, take another breath. Don't spring out of this shape. Just start to follow the gaze slowly to unwind the spine. Nice, nicely done. I love how slow you all came out of that twist. Take a big inhale breath, lift up. Exhale, bring the elbows down, but a little back today. Pelvic floor up, navel in and up, chest and head up. Take an inhale. Double exhale to the left, twist. Firm belly to back body, and we're gonna wring it out more, hold and breathe. If this bothers your shoulders, drop the elbows a bit. And you don't need to crank the neck, just let the head follow. Breathe. Then lower the left hand behind you, right hand to knee. Press down to lift up more, and then twist a little bit deeper using that external leverage. Big deep breath. And take another inhale. So remember, we're not springing out. Exhale, unwind with a nice sense of control. Take the hands behind you. I'm going to go sideways, but the fingertips fairly forward, and then uncross your legs and plant your feet. Good. Puff up your chest, and maybe lift your hips up, coming into a reverse tabletop shape. Bring the tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Bring the shoulder blades up into the bodies, and let the head release back only if it feels really natural on your neck today. And this might not be great for some shoulders, right? So then we're just puffing up the chest. Yeah, good. And then slowly bring the chin forward. Bend the elbows until your bottom lands. So we stay open in that front body space. Good. And then pick up your right leg and straighten your right leg. Knee next to knee. Take an inhale. Keep that solar plexus open. As you exhale, lower the leg to hover. Inhale, knee to knee. Exhale, hover. Inhale, knee to knee. Exhale, hover. Inhale, knee to knee. Bend the right knee, set the foot down. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg up, straighten the leg, open the chest. Exhale, leg hovers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Try not to lose that open space at the solar plexus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Hover, last one. Lift, bend, set down, stay here. Reach your right hand forward, left hand forward. On an inhale, lift higher and open your arms. On an exhale, go down, but stay open in that solar plexus space. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Grab your knees, pull yourself up, and come onto your hands and your knees. Nice. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees in your tabletop shapes. So this is interesting. Cat-cow. It's solar plexus squeeze and opening, really. Take a big inhale, open that front body, traction your hands towards your knees. Take a big exhale, pull the belly ribs in, push down, and give that space a good squeeze. Inhale, open the front body. Exhale, pull in and squeeze. This is also such good spinal hydration. Inhale, opening. Exhale, squeeze and hold. Kiss your big toes and sit back into your extended child's pose. Rest your forehead if that's okay. And just take some nice deep breaths from that center space. Excellent. Press those palms really firmly down. Shift forward to plank. Okay, we're going to fire it up a little more today. If you can turn your toes over and pick your knees up, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, just hold your plank. We're going to take an inhale, hug the upper arms in. If you have shoulder issues, maybe continue cat-cow. As you exhale, lower the knees to hover. Inhale, straighten the legs, only 2 more. Exhale, knees hover. Inhale, straighten the legs. Hover the knees and hold for 3, 2, 1. Set the knees down. Good work. Take a breath, open the chest, and slowly dive forward and chaturanga all the way down to your bellies. Now press the tops of the feet firmly down. Make sure those little pinky toenails touch the ground. Inner thighs spin to the ceiling. Peel your chest forward and up. Now my hands are next to my ribs. I'm going to pull the mat towards my feet and notice how those front ribs go forward just a little bit more. Maintain that and float the hands. So really good for your posture, strengthening your upper back, but again, opening that solar plexus space. But can you just relax your necks a bit? Yeah. We don't want wrinkles in the back of the neck. That means tension. Good. Now bring the hands to the front corners of the mat and lower your chest down. Pubic bone down, navel in. Peel the chest forward and up, not using your hands just yet. And then add the hands. So you're coming into maybe a medium cobra. You might stay low, just see how it feels. Might be a little higher. Now bring the navel into the back body. Drop the elbows. Again, bring the navel into the back body. And then start to lift the sternum away from the navel. The gaze will probably come up a bit and take some nice deep breaths. This, by the way, also stimulates the vagus nerve, so you can get kind of a like fun little fuzzy feel. Good anti-inflammatory. All right, now the best part of this is the really slow roll back down. So take your inhale, elbows to the sides, and do this super slow, like a massage of the front body. Oh my God, I love this so much. Roll back down. Okay, we're coming back up. Let the head follow. The head is heavy. Push the arms down. Peel yourself up. Chin lifts last. Exhale, elbows to the side. Slow roll down and head lowers last. 2 more. Inhale, peel it up. The head is heavy. It's following. Chin lifts last. Exhale, slow roll back down. So we're massaging that solar plexus space one more time. Also good vagus nerve work. Inhale, roll it up. And a nice slow roll back down. Whew, nice, everybody. Now you're really going to love me. Stack your elbows underneath your shoulders for Sphinx pose, now that we're really warmed up in the spine. Elbows right under shoulders so that your upper arms actually touch your outer ribs. Good. And then pubic bone down, navel in, and once again, traction the mat towards you with your forearms and peel your sternum up. And breathe. Now, if you have shoulder issues, you can definitely modify where we're headed. We'll take another breath. We're heading to forearm plank. Turn the gaze between your fingers, turn your toes over, pick up just your hips, and then maybe also pick up your knees. Relax your neck, heels back, heart forward, and hold and breathe. And take another breath. Gently lower the knees. Slowly lower the hips. Press the tops of the feet down. Bring your elbows to the sides, one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your hands and bend your knees. And just gently rock your feet side to side. Excellent. Steady your legs, reach them back. Slide your hands back next to your ribs. Press up to your plank, knees up or down. Lift up and back to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, shake out your head. Take any movement that feels right in your body. Good. Now I want you to take your feet as wide as your mat. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet. Keep your knees bent a bit because we want to get more into the gut here. Can you grab behind your calves and just drop your heads? So it's not really a hamstring stretch forward fold. It's like a gut health forward fold. Good for your serotonin levels. Nice, and then release the hands down. And take a big inhale and come all the way up, all the way up. And then bring your tailbone forward and your elbows back. And then interlace the hands behind your back. So our feet are still pretty wide. Take an inhale, bring the arms away from the back body. And then again, bend the knees, hinge in the hips, and fold, but this time adding a shoulder opening. Let your head hang free. And now you might press the feet down to lift the hips up and get more into the hamstring stretch of the shape. Breathe. A little bend in the knees, engage the bellies, lead with the knuckles, the chest. Big breath as you come up to stand. Release the hands, and if it feels good, give them a swing. The arms. Okay, nice. We're going to go ahead and step our feet wide, facing the long side of the mat. Good. And then we're going to turn the toes out and the heels in, coming into our horse stance. So slide your hands close to your knees. Yeah. Take an inhale, really open up through this front space. But then on the exhale, press the right inner leg away with the right hand and dip the right shoulder down. So I love this in the low back, but it's a really nice inner leg stretch. We're also doing one of those lovely digestive twists. Good. Inhale back to center. Spread those collarbones. Open that solar plexus. And then press that left inner leg away. Dip that shoulder down and breathe. Just getting these inner legs nice and open for our next posture series. Inhale to center, rise up and turn your feet straight forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Rotate your entire right leg to the top of the mat and angle your back heel back. Come into your warrior two. You might go longer with your stance. Bend the knee over the heel. Extend the arms apart. Pull the mat together. That's our bone density hold. As you glide the arms apart and breathe, stay open in this space. Might even visualize that luminescent light. Tuck the left arm behind your back. Reach the right arm high and breathe into that. Keep pulling the mat together. Lift the pelvic floor, the belly, the ribs to open up even more. Big deep breath. Straighten the right leg, both legs straight. Inhale, lift up. Now as you exhale, you can use the arm behind you to bring the hips back as you reach your right arm forward. Gently place the right hand above or below the knee. Stretch the floor out with your feet. Start to roll your top shoulder back. So opening up again through that space and extend your top arm high. Uttita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Really stretch the mat out so much that you could actually lighten the bottom hand. Can you bring your tailbone and navel to meet, like tailbone in, belly in? And also imagine your top hip descending into your back heel. But stay open in your solar plexus space. Breathe. Now anchor into the back foot, lead with the top hand, rise to stand, hands to hips, and turn your feet forward. Rotate the entire left leg to the short end of the mat, angle the back heel away. Bend the left knee, open the arms, Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. Pull the mat together, glide the arms apart, breathe. Tuck the right arm behind you. Keep pulling the floor together. Lift the left arm high. Reversing the warrior, yeah. And then my arm behind me is actually I have those long arms though, grabbing my left inner thigh and kind of opening it up. On an inhale, straighten that front leg. So both legs straight, lift up, up, up. As you exhale, you can use the arm behind you to pull the hips back as you reach the left arm forward. Gently float that hand down. Stretch out the ground with your feet. Roll the top shoulder back so you're opening up and extend the top arm high. Stretch the ground out so much this bottom hand might just float free. Breathe. Press more into your front big toes. That'll help with the hyperextension of that front knee. Good. Tailbone in, navel in, press into the back foot, breathe. Good. Lead with the top hand, inhale to stand. Exhale, turn your feet forward and bring your hands to your hips. So solar plexus here, gut down here, but all related. We're going to actually do, it's called Prasarita Padottanasana B, not practiced really regularly. Bring your fingers inside your frontal hip bones. Bend your knees and fold into your fingers. Drop your head and massage your gut. Like, get in deep. Good for serotonin. Breathe. Bend the knees, engage those low bellies, protecting the back as you inhale your way up. And bring your feet in. And just one more standing shape. You can stand anywhere on your mat. We're going to inhale, lift the arms high. Bring the tailbone slightly forward as you draw the elbows back. Exhale. Circle the arms back, shift to the heels, bend your knees, lift your toes, inhale into chair pose. Make sure you see your toes. On the exhale, sweep the right arm back, but bring the right hip forward. Exhale again, right hip forward, twist more, more, more. Inhale, reach forward and up, low chair. Exhale, gonna be a double exhale, left arm back, left hip forward, exhale, twist more, more, more. Inhale, sweep the arm forward, straight legs, stand tall. We'll do another round. Exhale, tailbone forward, elbows back. Circle the arms back, sit to the heels, bend the knees, lift the toes. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right arm back, right hip forward. We're going to exhale again. Right hip forward, twist the ribs more. Sit a little lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left arm back, left hip forward. Exhale again, twist the ribs more. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale, hands to heart. Samastitihi. And come back down to the floor. Good. This time we're coming into Baddha Konasana shape. And again, support yourself in any way. Join the soles of the feet together and open the knees. So you might support your knees, you might elevate your seats, do what feels right in your bodies. And just take a big inhale, lift the chest up. And then exhale, if it feels good, fold in. I love this for my low back primarily. Take some nice deep breaths, folding forward if that suits your practice. Good. And then on an inhale, slowly rise up. And then lift your arms up. Take a big breath. We're going to exhale or rotate to the right. It's a pretty limited twist. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand to right ankle. Lift the sternum up. So we're hanging onto the ankle, but lifting the front body. And then just exploring a gentle rotation to the right there. And take another breath. And slowly unwind the spine. And extend the left leg open. Pull the right heel in a little bit more. Slide the left hand down the inner leg. And then kind of rotate away from that straight leg. So we're turning our chest more towards our bent knee. Now I like to have my hand in my leg and I'm like pressing my legs in opposite directions. It just feels good to me. But I assume most of you are going to want to reach your top arm up and over your head, which is a nice shape as well. Try to stay open in that front body. Root the right seat more. Kick away with the left heel. Now, wherever you're coming from, to come out of this, reach up and imagine like we're kind of miming. Imagine you're pulling a rope that's hanging down to pull up out of the pose. We really want to resist gravity out of this shape. Good. And relax. Go ahead and bend the left knee again, feet together. On an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, rotate to the left. Left hand behind, right hand to shin or ankle. Lower the hands, yeah. Big inhale, open that solar plexus space. And exhale, explore. It's a very limited twist. Very digestive. Breathe. Another nice breath. And slowly unwind that spine. And this time we'll extend the right leg open. Bring that heel in a little closer to your groin. Slide the right hand down the leg. And then again, we're rotating away from the straight leg. But root this left sitting bone down. Either stretch your legs apart with your hands or reach that top arm up and over. It's different for me day to day. And then reach that hand straight up like you're pulling yourself up out of this shape. Good. And then bend both knees, roll down onto your backs and bring your knees into your chest for happy baby shape. So on your backs, take your knees wide. If you can reach for your feet, reach for your feet. And just gently rock side to side. And then bring your knees in. Set your feet down, but take your feet wide and take your knees wide. Turn your palms open by your sides and just let your legs drop side to side. And then when you are ready, make your way into your physically effortless shapes, your Shavasana. So if you want to support yourself in any way, support yourself. If you need to add an extra layer of clothing to be more comfortable, do that. But take a moment to set yourself up to do simply nothing other than repeat a few mantras with me. So find that shape that feels physically effortless. And then begin to quiet your breath. But it never hurts to have that home base, that safe place to tune into. So you might envision that beautiful luminescent yellow, almost like the sun within. And even though the breath is more effortless, it still creates that movement within. And tune into that. And then if you'd like, just silently repeat to yourself after me. I trust in my inner guidance and follow my intuition with courage and conviction. I stand in my power and honor my authentic self. I embrace the challenges of life as opportunities for growth. Take a collective inhale, another sip and another sip, and then go. And take a moment to simply be for just a moment of rest. Just be. So for thousands of years, yogis have paid attention to the connection between our gut, our solar center, and our brain. In more recent years, Western medicine has shown that 90% of our body's serotonin levels are produced in our digestive system. So when we are blocked due to environmental or exterior stresses, less connected with our true self, that happy hormone starts to go away, right? So just doing things like core strengthening, opening, breathing deeply help to aid in that balancing act. As always, I invite you to stay as you are as long as you're able. If you are ready to begin to make your way up, just start by deepening the breath and adding any kind of nice, gentle stretches, movements. And eventually, if and only if you're ready, make your way up to your seated shapes. And bring your hands together at your heart, but notice what opens when you lift your heart up to your hands. And then honor yourself, like really, truly send yourself a kindness for just taking this time to explore and get on the mat today. I'm sending again so much love to my peeps in Minneapolis and to you all for sharing this space today. Namaste.